नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका मेरे चैनल में। और आज हम रिव्यू करेंगे मून नाइट को। मून नाइट इज अ मार्वल डिज्नी 6 एपिसोड सीरीज which introduced this character in Marvel Cinematic Universe. Moon Knight doesn't come in the category of typical Marvel superhero. He is much ruthless and mysterious than its peer in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In comics, Moon Knight is sort of anti-hero who have a dark past and its own damaged legacy as an avatar of Egyptian god. So whether the series have done justice to this fascinating character or not, we'll see ahead in this review. So मेरा नाम है प्रत्युष और आप देख रहे हैं पीजे रिएक्शन एंड रिव्यू। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। Series start with Stephen Grant, a British guy who finds himself tied with his bed. He works in a museum and has a specialization in Egyptian history and mythology. He's a history nerd and he knows something is not right going on with him. He's sleepwalking and finds himself in random places. One day he finds himself in a strange place where he is chased by gunmen. He has no idea why he is there and why these gunmen are chasing him. There he meets Arthur Harrow, who is running a cult, and he is after the artifact which can pinpoint the location of Egyptian god Ammit. Arthur Harrow wants to resurrect Ammit so that he can judge all the people of this earth, whether they are allowed to live or die. Ammit judges a person not on what wrong he did, but what he will do in future. So Ammit represents anarchy and chaos in the human society. So to balance all this, another Egyptian god comes into play. His name is Khonshu, and Moon Knight is his avatar. Khonshu believes in punishing only those who deserves it. So as I said, Moon Knight is an avatar of Khonshu, and whenever he needs, he can summon his power. But it doesn't mean everything is going good in Moon Knight's life. He is suffering from multiple personality disorder. In this series, only two personalities have been shown, Stephen Grant and Mark Spector. So coming back to the point, one day the British guy Stephen Grant finds a cell phone hidden in his house, and there are several missed calls from a woman named Layla. He called back, and to his surprise, that woman talks to him like she knew him. She told him that his name is Mark Spector and she is his wife. Gradually, Steven realizes that he is a mere legend created by Mark Spector due to his childhood trauma. At first, Stephen Grant is not ready to accept that he is not the real persona of this body, rather a created one. Mark is a former mercenary who got Khonshu power during his mission, and he is the one who changed into Moon Knight. Mark takes the charges when Stephen is unconscious or when he is in danger. At first, Steve didn't know about Mark, but then he suddenly starts seeing him everywhere in the reflections. He and Spectre at first didn't like each other, but then consolidate, and as they are in the same body and whatever they feel, they both need each other. In between their fight and banter, Layla Al Fawley joined them. She is the wife of Mark Spector, and she has no idea that an entirely different personality resides in his body. Now Mark, Steve and Layla start their journey to find Ammit tomb so that they can stop Arthur Harrow to resurrect Ammit. Moon Knight is played by Oscar Isaac, and boy oh boy, the precision with which he have played this character, man, I was already a big fan of him, and he have once again proved why he was fit for this role. I must say Moon Knight is a very complex character to play. He has layers after layers of emotion and trauma, which is not an easy task to portray on screen. Oscar have peeled every layer of this character and put forward a portrayal which show his range and experience. He very easily and comfortably goes back and forth with transformation of these two personalities he have. Nowhere I find him go over the top or out of the line in this series, and his British accent, wow, simply wow. If you are watching his performance first time, you can't tell that he is American. His accent was that good. Stephen Grant is totally different than Mark Spector. He's a nerd, while on the other hand, Mark is his former mercenary and he's the one who wears the costume, so he's ruthless. Kudos to Oscar, he was able to put forth the pain and trauma of both of these personalities splendidly. Arthur Harrow, played by Ethan Hawke, is a narcissist cult leader who is searching an artifact which can lead Arthur to the tomb of Ammit. Ethan Hawke have done a commendable job portraying this character. He successfully showcased the anger and dissent of this character for humans and society. He is a former avatar of Khonshu and he doesn't like the way Khonshu operate. That's why he surrendered himself in front of Ammit. Ammit have a distorted form of justice. He punished the culprit before even the crime happened. Ethan looked menacingly villainous and suitable rival to Moon Knight. Layla Al Fawley, played by May Kalamavi, is the historian and wife of Mark Spector. Her father was also a historian who was killed during excavation in Egypt by mercenaries. Layla is not only a wife of Mark, but she is also a partner in crime. She knows about Moon Knight, but she doesn't know about the personality disorder of Mark Spector. Layla makes a bond with Steven. She finds him more reliable than Mark as he is calm and he understands Layla on human level. Mark is a former mercenary and his relationship with Layla is on the verge of divorce. May balanced the Oscar character and she didn't play a damsel in this series. She is fighting toe to toe with Moon Knight. And now let's talk about the elephant in the room, Khonshu. His voice is given by F. Murray Abraham. Khonshu is an Egyptian god who can't operate in the human world, but he gives power to his avatar. In this case, Mark Spector. Whenever Mark is in need, he can summon Khonshu's power and he becomes Moon Knight. Khonshu is a god and his intentions are good. He only punishes who deserve to be punished, but the way he do things is mischievous and conniving. Mark don't want to be Moon Knight as he is fed up of Khonshu playing games with him. Their relationship is a bit complex, but at the end they need each other. Mark is already fighting with his own personality disorder and Khonshu always irritating him with his games. He doesn't want Mark to let go. He always promises him that it's his last mission, but then he plays some tricks and Mark have to stick with him. I must say Moon Knight is different from all the earlier Marvel series. It's dark and gritty, and up to some extent they have gone dark. But as we know, Disney has its own policy for gore and blood, and so they have taken a step back in showing blood and violence, and that was a big letdown for me. There are several moments in the series when you will get pumped up for violence and action, and then they will cut the scene direct to injured people lying here and there in between, stiff, confused, having no idea actually what happened. This series could have been a game changer if they would have treated this series as R-rated like Netflix did Daredevil and Punisher. I'm a bit disappointed that Disney, due to their rigid policy, have spoiled the series, at least for me. I was expecting the series to be more dark and gritty, but that doesn't mean series is not interesting. Plot is engaging, and during the runtime of 6 episodes, you will not find it boring. In acting department, all the actors have done a splendid job, especially Ethan and Oscar. Cinematography of the show is quite good. Director has been successful in creating Egyptian mythological world. VFX and graphics could have been better, but this is a limited episode series, so budget would have been tight. Despite of this, they have done a commendable job. Set design plays a major part when you are creating a series with Egyptian mythology, and in this department, this series don't let us down. A new era is starting for Marvel as they are introducing new characters like Moon Knight, Daredevil, and Blade in cinematic universe. Time will tell if they will be successful in keeping the hype for these dark and gritty characters, or rather they will step down a little bit as they did with Moon Knight. My rating for this series is 7 out of 10. तो आज का रिव्यू यहीं समाप्त करते हैं और मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट रिव्यू में. Please do like, share and subscribe if you like my content. Press the notification bell so that you get notified when new video is published. जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम.